Christmas Eve, 2002, Modesto, California. Laci Peterson, 27 years old and 8 months pregnant, suddenly vanished. Her husband, Scott, appeared on TV as the grieving spouse, pleading for her return. But as days passed, cracks appeared in his story. What began as a missing person mystery turned into one of the most infamous murder trials in American history. This is the chilling case of Scott Peterson, the husband who betrayed everything. Scott and Laci Peterson were seen as the perfect couple. They married in 1997 and settled in Modesto. Laci was described as lively and loving, excited to become a mother. She was expecting a baby boy, to be named Connor. Scott, a salesman, appeared supportive, and together they presented a picture-perfect suburban life. But behind the smiles, trouble was brewing. Scott had become distant. Unbeknownst to Laci, he was carrying on an affair with a woman named Amber Frey. To the world, Scott and Laci's life looked ideal. In reality, his betrayal would soon become the central piece of a shocking murder case. On December 24, 2002, Laci was last seen at home. Scott claimed she planned to walk the dog while he went fishing at Berkeley Marina. That evening, when Laci didn't show up for family Christmas Eve dinner, concern turned into alarm. Her mother reported her missing. Police found the couple's dog roaming the neighborhood with its leash on, but there was no sign of Laci. The case exploded in the media. A young, pregnant woman missing during the holidays drew nationwide attention. Scott gave interviews, appearing as the worried husband, but many noticed his lack of emotion. Investigators also questioned why he chose to fish alone on Christmas Eve. From the beginning, suspicion was creeping closer to Scott Peterson. Detectives quickly uncovered inconsistencies. Scott's alibi seemed implausible. Then came the revelation that changed everything. Scott was having an affair with Amber Frey. When police approached her, Amber cooperated. She recorded phone calls with Scott, capturing him saying he had lost his wife before Laci was even reported missing. This revelation stunned the nation. While thousands searched for Laci, Scott was secretly pursuing another relationship. Photos of him with Amber circulated, turning public opinion against him. Volunteers and police searched fields, rivers, and neighborhoods. Meanwhile, Scott's behavior remained strangely calm, even cold. To many, he no longer looked like a husband desperate to find his wife. He looked like a man hiding the truth. For 4 months, the search brought no answers. Then, in April 2003, the case took a devastating turn. On the shores near San Francisco Bay, the body of a late-term male fetus washed ashore. Days later, another body was found nearby, the remains of Laci Peterson. The location matched Scott's fishing alibi. Investigators concluded Laci had been killed at home and her body dumped into the bay. Connor, the unborn child, died with her. The discovery shattered any lingering hope. What began as a disappearance was now confirmed as murder, and all evidence pointed back to Scott. In April 2003, Scott was arrested. At the time, he was near the Mexican border, carrying cash, survival gear, and with dyed hair, suggesting he planned to run. He was charged with first-degree murder of Laci and second-degree murder of unborn Connor. The trial drew enormous attention. Prosecutors painted Scott as selfish and unfaithful, a man who killed to escape family life. Amber Frey testified, and her taped calls exposed his lies. The bodies found where he claimed to fish sealed the case. In November 2004, Scott Peterson was convicted. In 2005, he was sentenced to death. Years later, the death penalty was overturned, but Scott remains in prison for life without parole. The case shocked America. Laci was remembered as a vibrant young woman whose life was stolen. Scott was vilified as one of the most hated men in the country. Amber Frey's cooperation became pivotal, and media coverage kept the story alive for years. Documentaries and books revisited the tragedy, highlighting the betrayal and loss. For many, the case became a symbol of ultimate deceit, a husband sacrificing his family for selfish desire. The murder of Laci Peterson showed how betrayal can hide behind a perfect smile. A young mother, her unborn child, and a future full of hope, destroyed by the one who should have protected them. Scott Peterson's name now stands as a warning of selfishness and cruelty. For more shocking true crime stories, subscribe to JT5 True Crime, where truth is darker than fiction.